strawberry cold cheesecake. Over here we are going to put gelatin so that it can set in that. We are also doing the cheese, cream cheese. You can't say cream cheese actually, but the type of option for the cream cheese what we are going to make is we are going to make it with the paneer and your fresh cream and your cheese spread. So with this we are going to make the mixture, and that we are going to use in case of your cream cheese. If your cream cheese is available with you, you can always use cream cheese also in your recipes. So we'll look at the ingredients. Ingredients used are milk 300 ml, grain sugar 60 grams, egg yolks 2 number, gelatin 15 grams, strawberry crush 20 grams, whipped cream 50 grams. Ingredients used for the paneer cheese mixture are cheese spread 20 grams, fresh cream 100 ml, paneer 50 grams. Ingredients used for the biscuit base are Marie biscuits 80 grams, powder sugar 30 grams, butter 50 grams. Ingredients used for the glaze are strawberry crush 50 ml, water 20 ml, and gelatin 10 grams. First what we are going to start is we are going to make the biscuit base. For that we are going to use Marie biscuit. We can also use digestive biscuit. So any biscuit wherever you are using, just make sure you nicely crush it. Okay, it should be very powdered. It shouldn't be any big chunks of it. So make sure you crush it. You can use a mixer grinder also to crush it, but something with this also is easily doable. That's the reason we are using a rolling pin over here. This is around 80 grams of your biscuit. We have nicely crushed it. Most of the cheesecake have a base like this. Okay, there are some cheesecake even they put a base of a sweet paste also, so that also can be used. Then you put powder sugar inside it, mix it very well. Make sure you mix it properly. Now powder sugar can vary a little bit. If you want a little more sweet base, you can add a little bit of more powder sugar, and then the melted butter inside it. Now when you're putting melted butter also, it's very important that it has to bind together. Bind it very well. With the spatula it is slightly difficult. Okay, so you can use gloves also. With the hands also you can nicely mix it properly. So mix it and bind it properly. Mostly with this much Marie biscuit, this much butter is more than enough. Okay, if you use too much of butter, the butter is going to start oozing out, and we don't want that to happen. We're going to line the tin. Okay, the bottom should be a loose bottom so that you can demold it very nicely. Line it with the aluminum foil, and whatever biscuit base we had made, you just put it over here and flatten it up. Once you flatten it up, this will go for baking. As I was telling you, don't put too much of butter, otherwise during the baking the butter will ooze out. Bake at 180 degrees Celsius for 10 to 15 minutes. And you have to use this base only after it cools down. Now we are making a mixture, paneer mixture, cheese paneer mixture I told you. First take malai paneer. In that you put fresh cream, and then you can put cheese spread. I'm going to grind this nicely and make a nice smooth texture, smooth paste out of it. Here instead of this you can also use cream cheese, which is readily available in market. Then I'm going to soak the gelatin. I'm going to take 15 grams of gelatin. So I'm going to take 15 grams here in the baba mold, and always remember gelatin around 3 to 4 times of water of what your gelatin amount is. So 15 grams of gelatin is, so around 45 ml of water I'm putting inside it. Okay, mix it nicely, and then this has to go on the water bath. Okay, mix it nicely, is very important, otherwise the lumps will form over here. Put water. I'll going to prepare a double boiler. This will go on the double boiler, and this whole thing I'm going to put it on the gas over here like this, and the gas is on. This will take some time and it will start melting. Now I'm going to prepare for my custard. I'm going to start separating out the egg yolks first. Egg whites and egg yolks. Egg yolks is what we require. We don't need egg whites. Then I'm going to put my sugar inside it. Mix it nicely. Always remember, mix it nicely over here. Then I'm going to heat my milk. Put all my milk over here and start heating it. This can also be done on the gas range. I am not using whisk, otherwise a lot of froth will be created. So that's the reason I am using a wooden spoon. Once it is nicely heated, what I am going to do is I am going to take a small amount of my milk and I'm going to put it inside in the egg yolk mixture. Okay, mix the egg yolk mixture properly. What happens is, if I take the egg mixture and put directly in the milk, there are a lot of chances the egg will get curdled. So what I'm going to do, I'm tempering this. Okay, so I'm taking small amount of milk and putting in the egg yolk and mix it quickly. Now I can put all my egg yolk mixture in the hot milk. Again, you have to be very fast. You have to make sure you start mixing it quickly. Very, very important. Mix it nicely. Now we are going to keep on mixing this now here till it is coating the back of the spoon. This is a very important part. We have learned this in first year also. The basic custard what we had learned, it's almost similar. So we are going to coat it till back of the spoon. So let it heat up and it will thicken up. As I told you, now see, can you see the back of the spoon is not coating? So that's the reason I am going to continue heating it up. One more way of finding out whether the custard is done or not is that all this froth, can you see this white froth on top of it? All this will go away once the milk will start thickening up. Don't do this on a very high flame. You have to do this on the slow flame or medium flame. Okay, now there are two types of cheesecakes. There is one is baked cheesecake and there is another is no bake cheesecake. Now both these have different textures. Okay, can you see coating spoon? Okay, now baked cheesecake is more of a dense custard and the no bake cheesecake is more like a mousse. The cheesecake, now what we are going to do is, I'm going to strain this mixture. Before straining, I'm going to put my gelatin inside it. Whenever you're putting gelatin, make sure you mix it properly and then only you put it inside. Otherwise, all the gelatin will stay in the base and the liquid will stay on the top and you will only take the liquid. Scrape it out with the spatula. Again, very important. Okay, see, can you see? coating at the back of the spoon, and I'm going to strain this. Then I'm going to put my strawberry crush inside it and mix it. After I mix it, I'm going to let it cool down for some time. Now I'm going to cool this on the ice and or in the fridge, depends on you, whatever is convenient with you. Now this is something which we have got after it has come out of the fridge. There are lumps. I'm going to whisk it nicely because I'm going to remove the lumps. This Philadelphia cream cheese was invented in 1872, and the name was given as the Philadelphia had good dairy farming practices and they had a high quality of food stuff. Okay, so there are different types of cream cheese which are available in market. Okay, but specifically Philadelphia is very famous. Then I'm going to put my cheese mixture which I had made, homemade cream cheese mixture. This cheesecake mostly will have cream cheese inside it. Tiramisus will have mascarpone inside it. Okay, so the different cheese which are available in market. I'm going to just mix this. This ricotta, parmesan, but mostly cream cheese and mascarpone is something which is normally used in pastry industry. Okay, mix all of this together. This video has, the speed has been increased, that's the reason it is looking so fast. Actually I'm doing it quite slowly. Okay, now when you put the whipped cream inside it, just make sure you don't whip it too whisk it too fast. Here it is because the speed is high, that's the reason it's looking as if I'm whipping it, but actually I'm mixing it very slowly. Now the mixture is done. This I'm going to put in the on the biscuit base. Okay, make sure you scrape out everything, and all this is going to go in the fridge, and I'm going to set this in the fridge. Now this is the gelatin which I have soaked for my glaze. I have already showed you how to soak the gelatin. Okay, just make sure you mix it, put it on a double boiler. Now this is after the soaking. Now I'm going to take the crush, heat it up a little bit, and I'm going to also add a little water inside it and then gelatin inside it. Just heat up a little bit and then put water. Okay, around 20 ml of water. Once this, we are not going to boil this or something, just a small boil comes, a little it is heated, then you can put gelatin inside it. You don't want it too hot or something. And then put the soaked gelatin inside it. Mix it nicely. Always remember to scrape the base of your gelatin more. That is where the maximum amount of your gelatin is there. And this I am going to put. I have made sure my this thing cheesecake was set up before, and then only I am going to put the glaze on top of it. So there was a gap of around at least 3-4 overnight gap, and now I am going to put my, I am going to demold this. Demold, make sure you're not breaking anything. Very carefully you have to demold it. It's very important. After demolding, you have to loosen the sides. Okay, you can use a hot you can put a knife in a hot water, and then you can just wipe it with the duster and loosen the sides. All the 4 sides has to be loosened. Be careful on that part. Okay, make sure you go straight.
and now I'm going to remove my ring. My fourth side is automatically loosened, by the way, so now careful remove it.